love a good introduction. I love how he broke it down in the Espanol for Los Españoles. Is dark roast, dark wheat. It's with a Q. I know y'all get confused by simple shit like that. It's okay. Look at all these beautiful people. How are you? Good. Oh, and you sound so enthusiastic. We're good. Lord, I've seen brighter faces at funerals. My God. You know, it is Women's Month. International Women's Day was yesterday. That's why my black ass is here. See, they needed one. You see, I'm a black, Latina, bisexual woman. Box is checked. Bam! So once I'm gone, your essence of whiteness can continue. You know, Dan was talking about name origins, and I found that to be so relatable. Because, you know, my last name is White. No, seriously. And when I meet people, they're like, oh, White. That's your last name? What is that, because of marriage? And I'm like, no, slavery. Because origin stories are important. You know, with Women's Month, I've had a couple of experiences at my last few shows, and I just want to ask, I feel like I can open up to you. I feel like I want to get closer to some of you. Yeah. Men, are you okay? Y'all all right? Because I've had some experiences that in the last couple of months that make me concerned. And you know it's real, because I don't particularly like you outside of a non-bedroom status, you know? But the last show, I did some crowd work. I was like, who are you? Where are you from? I asked one guy, where are you from? And he said, my father's balls. And I was like, wow, you thought that. You thought that out loud and thought that. Because, you know, when I think of profound thoughts, that doesn't really occur to me. It's just a thing. I did announce on my Facebook today, I'm so proud, I marked myself safe from yet another year of men asking me when International Men's Day is. Yes, thank the Lord. It's November 19th, for those of you who were wondering. You do have one. Well, I don't know, you know, some of y'all don't know how the Google works. Your Google foo is not strong. So I'm just here to help you. But every time I interact with a mostly straight man or men who arrive to shows late, it tells me that, you know, that 25 euro I spent on my Satisfier is the best investment I have made in the last 3 years. Yes, ladies, let us sing praise. There is a God. He loves us all so much. See, and technology is amazing. People used to make jokes about Bob, B-O-B, the battery-operated boyfriend. Bob is obsolete. Honey, mine has a USB charger. I can hook it to my computer. You hoes are extinct. All of you. It's an amazing thing. How many of you are from the U.S.? Hello. It's all right. You know, Dan was right. A lot of us hasn't been our proudest last few years, you know? We used to be so loud, and now we're just not. Even when I tell people, like, this is Kefra, she's from the States, I'm like, shh, hush. Which is why, how many of you are Spanish? Why you look scared? They're like, we're sorry.
They made us raise our hands before, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, honey, raise your hands. Be loud and proud. Loud about the fact that you conquered half a globe for seasonings you don't use. Yes! There is that lack of seasoned crowd I'm so used to. Don't worry. Come to Mother Dust. And I heard we have some Venezuelans in here. Yeah, you brought the sneeze things with you. See, there's 3 of us you will find anywhere. Chinos, Negroes, and Venezolanos. We everywhere. We're taking over. We're coming for your bland food and your white people. And we will conquer them. You know, I like to call it reparations, because obviously my country isn't going to give me anytime soon. So I have to make do with what I have, you know. Some of y'all are used to settling for nothing. That's why you're here at night, because you ain't got no life. It's cool. Neither do I. I'm a comedian. And I like my audiences like I like my men. Captive. Absolutely. So, being from the U.S., I love being here in Spain because y'all have this thing called healthcare. Yeah, have you heard of healthcare? Yo, that shit is lit. Oh my God. But the only thing is, now that my body, I think, realizes for the first time in my natural born life that I will not die in crushing medical debt, I'm getting all the diseases. I'm getting everything. I'm getting gastroenteritis. I got COVID too. The saga continues. I got a couple of. COVID has been like Pokemon. I'm catching all the strains. It's the glove thing that the Thanos guy had. Don't judge me. I can't tell you the difference between Marvel and AC/DC. Okay, I really don't care. If it doesn't start with black and end with Panther, I'm not interested. You have your goals, you have your priorities, I have mine. Now, you may have noticed, contain your disbelief, I do tell a lot of jokes about white people. I know, please, stay with me. And I had someone say, well, you talk about white people a lot. I'm like, I'm so glad you listened. And he said, well, that's racist. And I was like, yeah. No, that's it, really. I used to write some columns, and one guy was just like, well, if you hate white people, why do you want to enslave white men? Do you want to dominate the white race? I was like, sir, are you propositioning me? I feel a little heated over here. I mean, it's been a while, don't get me wrong. It's been so long since I had sex, I wonder if they changed it. But I am equal opportunity. My ancestors obviously did not discriminate, okay? And I'm not saying I'm a slut, but I've had more bones in me than the dinosaur museum. So I like to consider myself, a connoisseur of cock, if you will. And what's interesting is when I go home, I'm going home to the United States this summer. On purpose. I mean to do it. And everyone's like, oh, you must be so excited to go home. I'm like, oh no, girl, I guess. Like, well, but there's a phenomenon I like to call the deja screws. Yeah. When you go past a place and you remember somebody you hooked up with, deja screw, yes. And every once in a while when it gets out that I'm coming home, I have these messages from like the ghosts of fucks past that pop up in my inbox, and they're always like, hey, we should get together when you come home. Winky face. I'm like, are you okay? Like, yeah, let's hook up. I'm like, there's dick here too. In Europe, there's a plethora of penis right here in Europe. Yes, I know, it's shocking, but it's true. I don't have to cross an ocean for you. Lord, I am sweating like a whore in church, my God. I know we're in a recession, but you can turn the air on. I know inflation is a thing, okay? We are all suffering. I went to Carrefour the other week and I was like, man, I need milk. And they were like, no, you don't. I was like, you're right, my bad. The shelves are empty. I was like, I could use some rice. Could you? You know what's fucked up is eggs. The end is nigh, okay? I thought the snowpocalypse in 2021 was a thing. Yo, eggs. I never thought I'd live to see the day when eggs are a flex. I'm stunting all you hoes with eggs. I had 2 for breakfast this morning. I take pictures of it. I send it to my friends in the United States. I'm like, yeah, bitches, eggs. Oh. I like to take selfies. Oh, look at, I didn't see you there. I'm just scrambling eggs for breakfast, yes. Because my mama said eggs were $10 a dozen. I was like, American dollars? Yes, $10. Y'all. I'm never leaving. People are like, why do you stay in Spain? Is it the food? And I was like, absolutely not. What about is it the men? No. Is it the beautiful beaches, the people? I'm like, no, I ain't got to sell ass on the corner for a dozen eggs. Not needing to sell ass is a powerful motivator. It will get you through the toughest of times. If you got a hoe for eggs, reconsider your life. But I like to take TikToks or rap videos just twerking in front of the egg counter, and I point to the prices where it says $2.20, and I'm like, I'm never leaving. When are you coming home? Never. Because I'm delicate. I'm sensitive. And I'm also a big bitch. I like to eat, and it's like 3 times as much back home. Yeah, these thighs ain't gonna fill themselves. And speaking of which, I went to the doctor today. I did it on purpose. And we had to have a little talk about my body. Yes, and she was just like, you care for that. You need to lose weight. Care for that. You need to lose weight. And I was like, I'm real confused because this is a gynecology appointment. What do we talk? Okay, but I'm gonna entertain this. She's just, what can I do to lose weight? Maria Angeles Carmen and Immaculata Beatriz. And she was like, you need to do more exercise. Tienes que hacer ejercicio. I'm like, what kind? Like the regular kind, or just like Pilates or something? I don't know what about this says effort, but I'm looking for the most low maintenance work. I was like, you should try running. You should go running, Kefra. Do you go running? And I was like, what, like on purpose? No, like if you're not revving a chainsaw or coming after me, then it's pretty sparing what I like to do. But so I found this place called a gym. Have you heard of a gym? Anyone? No? Y'all motherfuckers ain't raising your hands? Okay, thank you. One person in the back. Y'all some lazy sons of bitches. It's okay. I can relate. Relatable. That's my spirit animals right here. And so I went to this gym place where people like torture themselves on purpose. Yeah, they climb up invisible stairs. And they don't appear their stuff. Like I live in a third floor walk up in Lavapiés, so I'm really surprised that people actually pay to do this to themselves. Y'all running up mountains that don't exist. It's really weird. It's a flex. If I wanted to torture myself, I would just date another German. My God. Good Lord. Although I did learn some really, helpful phrases like ja, ja, bitte, bitte. The basics. Du bist ein Stück Fleisch mit Augen. No, du bist ein Stück Fleisch mit Augen. Yes. That means you're a piece of meat with eyes. Because pickup lines are important. You gotta have a good opener. There's another one, what is it? Meckenshi Mek McBoomson. I don't know what that one really means, but I always get a positive response every time I use it. Yeah, I speak as a German. Or I just like start yelling Rammstein lyrics really loud. It has the same effect on people. Don't worry, they don't need to understand. I just got back from like an experience. I am from New Orleans, the deep South. They don't get no deeper. Yay! And I went to Norway 2 weeks ago in February. Exactly. Why? I know. Yeah, see? I'm right there with you. That's what I was thinking the whole time, just like, oh my God. It's a chill, an Arctic chill, like I have never felt before in my life, colder than my soul, just permeating deep, and white everywhere, white snow, white people, white music. It was just wild. I got off the plane, they're like, hello, white people. I have arrived. They're like, we know, girl. We see you. You ain't from here. Okay. It was amazing, but Norway. Okay, like do it just once, just to try, just a tip to see if you like it, to see how it feels. But bring your wallet, cause holy fuck, Norway is expensive. Norway is I came back hurt. My feelings were deep when I came back and realized that there is no feeling like when you just realize you spent like $30 on a cheeseburger. Ma'am. Trust me. They have the nerve to be like, do you want the receipt? I'm like, no, I know what I'm doing. I don't need to be reminded. Yeah, they'll be because it sounds like $2.99. So you're like, oh yeah, $2.99. Yeah, it's like McDonald's, only much lighter. And they're like, no, that's like $25. And I'm like, how much without the fries? Like, and I just put those on the side. No, bitch, bring money. It was wild. It was an experience. And it's weird because everywhere I go, I only hear one thing when I go anywhere. If it's a non-English speaking country, then I just feel the need to speak Spanish. Why not? It's literally the only thing I do. Unfortunately, like the extent of my Spanish sometimes is like the menu at Taco Bell, which doesn't really help that many people when you sound like, nachos bel grande, porfa. Más cerveza. And they're like, this is Austria. I don't know what you're saying. And then they let you look like a mute, like you're just standing there doing interpretive dance and shit. And someone will say, we speak English. Wah wah. You guys, I think that is my time. I want to thank you all so much for your time. I would thank you for your money like I do at my show, but I know you broke motherfuckers didn't pay and neither be here. So my name is Kefra Sine Janelle Alejandro White, but your dad just calls me Casey. Let me bring back up to the stage Mr. Dan Fox!